We're gonna solve this example 2. Before we start solving this example, you have to make sure all the variables on one side. I'm talking about the third one. You see, I have one variable here, so I'm just gonna move it to the other side and write it down exactly what I have, x, y, z. So I'm gonna write down x, y, z here. But look to the first equations. The first equation, we have fractions, right? Fraction here and a fraction here. Can I cancel these two fractions? If I multiply the whole thing here by what? By 6. I multiply by 6, half times 6 is going to be 3. So it's going to be negative 3y, which is easier to work than the fraction. But make sure you're going to multiply both sides by the number to keep the equations equal. Because these two equal sides are equal, so we need to make sure it's still equal. So I'm going to put, if we multiply one variable by a number, you have to multiply both sides of the equations. So the first equations became what? 6x minus 3y plus 2z equal what? Now it's easier to work on this one. I'm not going to do anything with the second one. So I'm going to keep it as x minus y minus z equal -1. And with the third one, I'm going to say minus y from both sides. So this side is going to be 0. So it's going to be 6x minus 3y plus z equal. So now here is the system. Again, it's a system with the 3 equations. How many variables? 3 variables. So what I'm going to do, this is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. So I know what I'm going to do. We don't care about the previous system. Here is the new system. I'm going to work on it. Now, again, it doesn't matter which one you're going to start with. Take 2 equations as a first option. The second option, you're going to take another 2 equations, but it should be one of them are different. Like I'm going to take 1 and 2, and then I'm going to take 2 and 3. Is that okay? So which one are you going to start with? Tell me, like, can I take 2 and 3? Let's start with 2 and 3. Why? I'm just looking to the z. I have negative z and a plus z. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to start with 2 and 3. It's easier to work on. So from 2 and 3. X minus y minus z equal -1. Number 2. And I have 6x minus 3y plus z equal 0. It's 2 and this is 3. Can I solve it? Yes. I add in the z is already going to cancel. Now what I have, x plus 6x -y minus 3y to 4y equal -1 plus 0. So what I'm going to call this equation number 4. Is that okay so far? So I have a new equations, number 4, only x and y. Now, the next step, I'm going to take another 2 equations. It doesn't matter which one you're going to take, but make sure you're not going to take 2 and 3 on the same time, because we're not going to do any progress. You can take 1 and 3, 1 and 2. It's up to you. Which one are you going to choose?
1 and 3.
Let's do 1 and 3. So from 1 and 3, I'm going to write down 1, which is 6x minus 3y plus 2z equal 30. And the third one is 6x minus 3y plus z equal 0. Now, which variable I'm going to cancel?
Can you multiply it by a negative number?
Yes, but be careful what I told you in the notes. Always, which variable you canceled here, you have to make sure to cancel the same variable.
Variable.
Yes, you're right. When you multiply by -1, it's going to be negative 6x. I can cancel it with 6x, but that's going to be wrong. I have to make sure I'm going to cancel the same variable I did when I took the first two options, 2 and 3. Okay, that means I'm have to focus on which one? Z. How I'm going to cancel the Z?
-2.
Which one? The second one. So I'm going to multiply the second one by -2. That means the first equations, 6x minus 3y plus 2z equals 0. Sorry, equal 30. And the second one, multiply by -2, negative 12x plus 6y minus 2z. 0 times -2 is 0. Is that okay so far? Now cancel these. The new equation is going to be 6 minus 12, negative 6x. Negative 3y plus 6. This is 0 equal. This is number 5. Is that okay so far? Now what I have to do, next step, I'm going to write down number 4 and number 5 as a new system. Number 4, I have what? 7x minus 4y equal -1. This is equations number 4. Number 5, I have negative 6x plus 3y equal 30. This is number 5. So here is the new system. Now tell me, with the new system, which one you want to cancel? It's up to you. Which one you want to cancel? X or Y? But for sure, by solving this system, we're going to get the value of X or Y, then go back and plug in again to get the other variable. Then we're going to go to one of these equations. Which one you want to cancel? Which one?
Y.
Y. How are you going to cancel the Y?
I have to multiply both to 12.
Well, you have to make it to 12. So you're going to multiply the top one by 3.
-3.
And the bottom one by?
-4. I mean,
Just by 4, because it's going to be positive, negative. By 4. We already have different sign. So 3 times 7, 21x minus 12y equal -3. And here it's going to be by 4, negative 24x plus 12y equal 4 times 30. Now we have what? 21 minus 24. 3x equal 120 minus 3. 1. Last step.
Now 117.
117. I put number 117. 117. So x is going to be equal. You divide 117 by 3. it as a fraction.
-39.
Negative 39. So this is the value of x. Now how are we going to find the y? We're going to go back and plug in one of these. So by, let's choose a 3 or 4. By equations 4, I'm going to plug in negative 39. That means 7 times negative 39 minus 4y equal negative 1. How much is going to be the value of y?
Question.
Put it in for both.
So the first thing, 7 times 39, negative 39.
I did it wrong.
7 times negative 39, how much?
-273.
Negative? Negative 273 minus 4y equals negative 1. We're gonna move this one to the other side. So what are we gonna get? Negative 4y equal positive 273 minus 1. That means negative 4y is going to be equal 272. Divide both sides by negative 4. How much is the value of y? How much is the value of y?
-60.
Negative 62.
68.
Now I have the value of y. And I have the value of x. I'm gonna go to the one of the original equations. I'm gonna choose 2. It's up to you. By 2, we have x minus y minus z equal negative 1. X is negative 39 minus the value of y is negative 58 minus z equal negative 1. 39 plus 68 minus z equal negative 1. How much is the value of z? Combine these together. Move the one to this side. That means 39 plus 68 plus 1 equals z. 108. The value of z I move it.
No, it stays in the same side. It's
This is
just
positive. This should be negative. Then what I did, I moved this d and moved the 1. So this one, you're right. This one should be negative. And then how much is going to be? And I moved the 1 here and moved the z to the other side. This is negative. So the z equal what? Yes or no?
30.
Perfect. Let's do another one. Now the other questions is a little bit tricky. Don't confuse yourself about the next one. We have x plus y equal 19. We have 2x minus z equal 4. I have x plus y. Z. Now here's the system. Here's the system. Now, how are we gonna solve this in new system? Believe me, I don't know how they solved it here. Let me check, but let's think about that. We have 3 equations, right? 1, 2, and 3. Check the third one. X, Y, Z, right? Okay, so now, if I solved the first one for X, how is it going to be? X equal what? 19 minus Y, right? Yes or no? If I solved the second one for Z, that's mean how is it going to be? Move the Z to the side. So Z equal what? Move the Z to the side and move the 4 here. It's 2x minus 4. Yes or no? Don't overthink. You want to do it?
No, I do it differently.
It doesn't matter how you're going to do it, but I need to solve it for the Z. Now I have X and I have what? Z. Is that going to help? No. I need to make, when I plug in here, I have to get all the equations with the same variable. So if I plug in X here, I have 2 Y's, but I still have Z. Does that help? Kind of. Kind of. I need to get 2 equations with the same variables so I can solve it. So you can solve it. By solving this one, I get Z equal 2x minus 4. So if I plug in Z here,
Can you multiply them together?
Z equal 2x minus 4, right? If you plug in Z here, it's going to be, I have X and Y. So now the equation is X and Y. It's going to help with this one. You get it? Okay, so you got it?
Yes. X equals 7.
So I have the value of Z, right? Let's plug in Z where? Here, on the third one. That's mean X plus Y on the third one. How much the value of Z?
X minus Y.
So it's going to be plus 2x minus 4 equal what? 29. Combine these two terms, x plus 2x, 3x plus y equal what? 29 plus 4, 29 plus 4, because you're going to move the 4 here. Okay. Now, this new equations, let's say equal number 4. Match which one? X, Y. What does match the first one? You write X plus Y equal what? 19. This is the first equation. Now, can I solve this system? Yes or no? How are you going to solve the system? Just multiply the second one by -1. Yeah, because I need to cancel the y. You're right. If you multiply by -3, you're going to cancel the x. You're going to cancel the x or the y, both is going to be right. I'm thinking about canceling the x, so I'm going to multiply by -1. So number 4 is going to be 3x plus y equals 33. The second one is going to be negative x minus y equal negative 19. Answer here. 3x minus x, 2x equal 33 minus 19. 33 minus 19. Now from this one, x is going to be equal what? 14 divided by 2, 7. Now I have the value of x which is equal 7. How am I going to find the y?
Back in.
You're going to plug in where? You're going to plug in here? So by 1, x plus y equal 19. X is 7 plus y equal 19. Y equal 19 minus 7. So here's the value of y. I'm going to find the value of z. You're going to plug in here. You're going to plug in how much the value of z? 2x minus 4. You're going to plug in here. You're going to plug in here. Doesn't matter. So z equal 2x minus 4. Z equal 2. The value of x is 7 minus 4. That means how much the value of z? 14 minus 4. Now, if you want to make sure this is the right solution, go ahead. 2 times x. How much the value of x?
7.
7. So 2 times 7, 14. 14 minus 10, 4. Let's check the first one. 7 plus 12. 7 plus 12 equal 19. So it's right. Let's check the last one. 7. How much x? 7 plus 12.
Let's check.
19 plus 10. Satisfy 3 equations. So that's the right solution. This is the x. This is the y. Y, z, and here's the x. You got it? Okay. So first, again, to solve the system, you have to make sure the system is written as an x, y, z. So let's simplify this system. The first equations, I'm going to move the z and the x to the left side. So it's going to be what? Maybe 2x plus y minus 3z equal negative 3. Is that right?
In negative y?
No, because I kept the y here. I'm moving these two variables to this side. What about the second one? The second one, you have to distribute. So it's going to be 4x plus 2y minus 6z equal negative 6. Is that right? I'm distributing here 4x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, because I'm right down here, negative 6. To match with the first equation. The third one, you just have to switch the numbers, the terms. So it's going to be 3x minus 2y plus 4z equal. So now here is the system. This is number 1. This is number 2. And this is number 3. Is that okay? Now think about that. Which one are you going to choose to start with? Which variable you want to cancel?
2 and 3.
Let's start with 2 and 3. So from 2 and 3, write down 4x plus 2y minus 6z equal negative 6. And then I'm gonna write down the third one, which is 3x minus 2y plus 4z equal 1. Which variable are you gonna cancel? Why? Because it's already matched one and different signs are gonna be 0. So what's the left? The left is 4 plus 3, 7x. Negative 6 plus 4, negative 2z equal negative 6 plus 1, 5. I'm gonna name this one number 4. Okay? So we have a new equations. Now, which one are you gonna choose? And keep in your mind, you have to cancel the same variable. You cancel the y, so the other choice also you have to cancel the y. Which equations you want to choose? 1 and 2? Let's go with 1 and 2. So I'm gonna say from 1 and 2. Write down 1, which is 2x plus y minus 3z equal negative 3. 2 is 4x plus 2y minus 6z equal negative 6. We need to cancel the y. What I'm going to do? By which one?
Not by 2.
Okay, so this one by 2. So it's going to be 4x plus 2y minus 6z equal negative 6.
Have a negative 2.
Yeah, negative 2. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're right. By negative 2, to make it the opposite of this one. So it's going to be negative 2 plus 4x minus 2y plus 60 equal positive 6. Is that okay? Yes or no? The second one is 4x 2y minus 6z equal what? Oh. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. The whole side here is 0, the whole side is here is 0. What does that mean? That means we have infinite number of solutions. In this case, 0 equals 0. You're gonna go back here. I have x and z. You're gonna solve one of these. Okay, let's solve this one. Which variable are you gonna choose? For x, okay. Solve it for x. Here we then write down the solution. Let's say the system is inconsistent. Here we got all zeros. That's right. I have 0, 0. If I took the other two equations, let's go back here. System. Because if they took the other two equations, it's going to be 0 equals 7. Even if we took 1 and 3, I took 1 and 3. I'm going to multiply this one by 2. So it's going to be 4, negative 2, negative 6, positive 6. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel. So only x is going to be a number. We're going to finish. Because check here, when I took 2 and 3, what I got equations 4. This one, right?
Mhm.
When I took 1 and 2, I reached to the wall. There is no solution. I'm just gonna face in the wall. Let's try to take 1 and 3. When I took 1 and 3, I reached exactly what I have here. Is that exactly the same thing? So let's, if I put, this is number 5. I need to solve the system 4 and 5. Questions 4 is going to be also 7x minus 2z equal -5, which is exactly, if you multiply by -1,
Zero.
it's going to be negative, positive, positive. 0 equals 0. What does that mean? It's the same thing. It's inconsistent system. How many solutions? Find a number of solutions. So in this case, what are you gonna do? So a consistent system, don't find a number of solutions. So what are you gonna do here? How are we gonna write down the solution? You can take 4 and 5. From 4, okay? From 4, we need to write down the solution. We have infinitely number of solutions. So from 4, I'm gonna solve the equations 4 to x or z. It's up to you. Let's solve it for the z, which is 7x minus 2z equal what? -5. Solve it for the z. Z equal, move the x to the other side, -2z equal -7x minus 5. Z equal what? 7 over 2x. Negative divided by negative, it's going to be positive. That's what? 5 over 2. Is that okay? So how much the value of z?
All that.
Everything here. Now how am I going to find the value of y? This is the value of z. Are you lost? This is the value of z by solving which one? By solving number 4. Now how am I going to find the value of y? Can I plug in here? Plug in z where? Here. And you have to solve it for what? For y. Let's try that. I'm going to erase this side. So now how much the value of z? You equal this one. So I'm gonna plug in y1, which is 2x plus y minus 3z equal -3. I'm going to plug in the value of z, which is 7 over 2x, or 2x plus y minus 3 times 7 over 2x plus 5 over 2 equal -3. Is that okay? Yes or no? Now how are we gonna solve it? Just simplify it and solve it for the y, because I have x and I have x, so I'm gonna solve it for the y. 2x plus y minus 3 times 7, 21 over 2x, 3 times 5, 15 over 2 equal -3. Y equal, combine x with the x, how much is going to be? 2 minus 21 over 2.
I think it's supposed to be -15 over 2.
Right. -3. Now go ahead. Combine this one with this one. How much is going to be?
-17 over 2.
So a -17 over 2x plus y and equal 3. Let's move it. Let's move this one to the side. -3 plus 15 over 2. Combine these together. -3 plus 15 over 2.
9/2.
Well, 9/3.
Yeah.
Multiply this one by 2, divide by 2, so it's going to be -6 plus 15 is 9/2. Okay, now we need to solve it for the y. I'm just going to move the x to the other side. Y is going to be equal 17/2x plus 9/2. Is that okay? Now, as a solution, check the y is what? Is depending variable. Y is depending on x. So every time when I plug in x, I'm gonna get the value of y. The same thing with the z. The z is dependent on which variable? X. So as a solution, I'm gonna say it's x, y, and z. Yes or no? X, y, z. X, how much is the value of y? How much is the value of z? 7/2 x plus 5/2. This is the value of x, the value of y, and this is the value of z. Now here's the thing. X is independent variable. Every time when I choose the value of x, I'm gonna get the value of y and I'm gonna get the value of z. That's why we have infinite number of solutions. It depends about which value of x you're going to choose. There is a solution, infinite number of solutions. Why? Because check what we have here. 2 equal sides. What we have here? 2 equal sides. So that means we have infinite number of solutions. So every time when you have 2 equal sides, you have to find the solution are written like this. What about if I have 2 different sides? What about if I have 2 different sides here? No solution. That's it. You're gonna stop. But when you have 2 equal sides and check, I prove that to you. I got 2 equal sides here, right? Then when I took 1/3, what I got? I got 2 equal sides too. So you don't have to do these steps again. You're gonna stop until here, but now you have to figure out. You're gonna solve number 4 with respect to the z, and then you're gonna plug in number 4 where? In one of these equations to find the value of y. Is that okay? Jump to the next one. There's the new system. Solve the system. So I'm gonna say this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So which one are you gonna use?
2.
Let's do 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 3x minus 2y plus z equal 3. The second one is x minus 3y plus z equal 4. Which one you want to cancel? Z, because z I'm going to multiply either one by negative. Which one I'm going to multiply by -1? We'll choose the first one or the second one.
The first one is plus 2y. 3x plus 2y. And the first one at the top,
You're talking about,
like the equation, it just needs to be changed.
oh, so it's a plus 2y. Okay. Yeah. This is a plus, this is a plus. So which one you want to cancel? Which one you want to multiply by -1? I know you're going to cancel the z.
Number 2.
Number 2. So we're going to multiply number 2 by -1. That's me. 3x plus 2y plus z equal to 3. The second one is negative x plus 3y minus z equal -4. And cancel the z, what's the left? 3 minus 1, 2x. Combine these, so it'll be 5y. So equal what? -1. I'm gonna name this one is 4. Is that okay? Next option, we're gonna choose what?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. So 2 and 3. Let's see. X minus 3y plus z equal 4. And we have negative 6x minus 4y minus 2z equal 1. We have to consider the same variable, which is z. So I'm gonna multiply the first one by this one by 2. So it's gonna be 2x minus 6y plus 2z equals 8. Here is the second one. It's cancelled. What we have here now? Negative 4x minus 10y equal 9. This is number. Now I have number 5. I'm going to bring number 4. So here is number 4, which is 2x minus 5y. This is number 4. And let's try to solve this system. How are we going to solve it? Which one you want to cancel, x or y? Doesn't matter. You say y, so I'm going to multiply by 2. So we're going to get the first one is 4x minus 10y, 9. The second one, by multiplying by 2, is going to be 4x plus 10y equal -2. When I add these together, look at it. 0 equal 7. What does that mean? Inconsistent system, that's mean solution. That's it. You don't have to move on and keep going.
So on this one, but like I chose 1 and 3 and just multiplied it by 2 and got that solution on the first try.
1 and 3. All right. You choose. Oh yeah, you can. It doesn't matter. So when you, that's what I'm telling you. There is no way. Like if this method, I'm gonna go with this method. I'm gonna choose 1 and 2, solve it. Okay, I choose 2 and 3. Keep going. You get 2 different numbers. That's it. But as you said, if you choose 1 and 3, you're gonna multiply 1 by 2. It's gonna be 6x, 4y, 2z, and 6. When you add it, it's going to be 0 equal 7, which is here. So I don't know, like I'm telling you, I don't know how to solve it, like, but I know the procedures. I'm gonna go with 2 equations, and then I'm gonna take the other equation. But you choose 1 and 3, that's it. It's the right.